On this episode of Always a Raven, Melinda Pregont, 2009 graduate, joins me. This hometown MVP took her love for basketball and turned it into a passion for people. These days, Melinda's not shooting threes, she's scoring wins in healthcare at Trusted Care LLC. Her game plan? Compassion and connection. Committed to the health and well-being of people, Melinda embodies the Benedictine whole person approach and is transforming healthcare one patient at a time.
The service providers in my office and those at Amberwell, for the majority, everyone's really open-minded. And I think that's been part of what has made my practice successful, is that I've stayed open-minded as well.
Welcome to Always a Raven, a Benedictine College podcast that goes far beyond the brick streets of Atchison, Kansas. Hosted by Janelle Menz, Always a Raven offers a unique glimpse into Ravens from all generations. From where are they now to remember when, these conversations share career triumphs and personal milestones. So whether you are an alum looking to reconnect, a prospective student, or simply curious about what makes Benedictine College so special, join us and discover the enduring power of Benedictine College.
Today we have Melinda Pregont joining us. She's a 2009 graduate of Benedictine College, and we are so excited to have you on today, Melinda.
Thank you for having me.
Well, welcome. We are so glad for you all out there joining us. Thanks for being here again. Can you tell us where you are now and what brought you to Benedictine back in the early 2000s?
Yeah, well, I didn't go far. I'm still in Atchison. So what brought me to Benedictine was, I had a couple of things. So the first and probably most important for me was a community scholarship through the Atchison Community Education Foundation. They provided, they actually, along with Benedictine, it was a scholarship that both the community and BC gave to a senior in the Atchison community who was a minority or who was an underprivileged and not able to afford college. And it was a full-ride scholarship to BC. So
That's amazing.
I received that scholarship in 2005, and that's really what solidified my decision to come to BC, because obviously if I don't have to pay for a four-year education, that sounds great.
Yeah.
The catch is that with this scholarship, you're required to come back and work in the Atchison community for 2 years. So that's how you pay the scholarship off.
Sure.
And this is 11 years later. So good investment, I think, to those who donated to that scholarship.
Absolutely.
And then the second thing was I came and played for Coach Folsom for BC as a Lady Raven. So I came up here and played basketball from 2005 to 2009. And it was really an incredible experience. I really think the basketball program is really what solidified my experience at BC. Having Chad Folsom as a coach, I grew so much as a person, and having some of the best women that I've ever known, being able to play with them, it was life-changing for me.
Yeah. So scholarship aside, had you wanted to play college basketball?
Yeah, I did. So it was either going to be BC, maybe Highland or some other community colleges. Yeah. If only. No. I was a defensive specialist. Melinda didn't score. She scored at the free throw line her senior year, and that was it. But I had some looks maybe at the University of Chicago, maybe UMKC. It just was a kind of hit or miss.
Yeah.
I wasn't a superstar, but I was good, and I worked hard.
That's awesome.
And so I think Chad Folsom saw something in me and was like, you know what, I think that you could be a really great role player for the team.
That's amazing.
And so when I came in, it was eye-opening how much I needed to work to be a college basketball player. And it was, a very humbling experience going into the weight room when I came in as a freshman. And I learned a lot from the seniors of that class. So Emily Smith,
Yeah.
Emily
Shout
Smith, and then we had Arnie Campbell, rest in peace.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
And yeah, she was great. And then Michelle Walsh,
Yeah.
she was
Goodness.
she was really who she taught me so much about tough skin, and she worked me hard because we played pretty similar positions. So
Sure.
she beat me up in the lane and just really I thought I was a really good basketball player in high school. And then I came here and it was like, well, you have a lot to work on.
Well, and isn't that amazing? I'm sure not only on the court, but off the court, and what that taught you,
Oh, yeah, absolutely. So, I get, like I said, I came in thinking I was really good. I was a superstar because I was one of the best on my team in high school. But you come here and you realize, when you start playing college athletics, everyone was the best on their team.
Yeah.
And so they're here. That's why they're here. And so you have a lot to prove. And I had a lot to prove. And
you played all 4 years, right?
yes, I played all 4 years. I got to suit up with varsity my freshman year, but I didn't play a lot.
Yeah.
My sophomore year is really where I started getting a little bit more playing time. And then my junior and senior year are really where my college basketball career took off. And a lot of it was just all the work that I put in, especially
Sure.
sophomore year.
Yeah. And you recognize that you needed to put in the work. You weren't like, I'm good. I don't let me show them what to do,
Yeah, there was
Awesome.
there was no showing.
Yeah.
There was no showing. It was eye-opening. Like I said, it was humiliating going in, going into the weight room and not being able to lift much weight and just getting my butt kicked.
Yeah.
Butt kicked, but I worked hard.
Yeah.
I worked really hard.
And the fruits of that were obvious. Yeah.
Yes.
So you graduated in 2009, and then where did life take you from there?
So I ended up going to Cleveland Chiropractic College in Kansas City.
Okay.
My husband, Justin, we actually got married a month after we graduated from BC, and we moved to Kansas City. He went to KU to get his master's in public administration, and I went to Cleveland Chiropractic. So we were able to live in Kansas City for a few years while we both finished
That's
school.
great.
And so I was down there, and BC really helped prepare me. So I was a biology major here and a Spanish minor, and then I played basketball. So
It's a lot.
yeah, it was a lot, and it very much prepared me to go on to grad school.
Sure.
And so I understood what it took because grad school was even harder than here. And I just didn't think that could happen, but it did. And I felt very prepared in order to go into chiropractic school. The workload, having to manage my time so well, trying not to procrastinate, while at BC playing a sport, especially such a long sport. We started playing September 1. Real practice started October 1. And then if we made it to nationals, which we did, I think 2 out of 4 years, then we were into March and April.
Yeah.
So it
Like
was
the whole year.
yeah,
I mean,
it
it's the whole
was
school year for sure. So you met your husband here? Where's he?
So I actually met him in high school.
Oh,
So
my goodness.
we met at Mar Hill Mount Academy.
That's awesome.
When I was there, it was just the Mount and then Mar Hill, and then the two of. While my sophomore year, we combined schools. So
Okay.
my junior year was the first year that we were Mar Hill Mount Academy. So yeah, we actually met in high school. We started dating junior year of high school.
And he's from here too?
Yeah, he's born and raised in Atchison.
Okay.
So he was born and raised in Atchison. He went to public school until high school, and then he went to Mar Hill. I was actually originally from the Highland-Hiawatha area, which is just about 45 minutes west of Atchison.
Mm-hmm.
And moved here when my mom married my stepdad.
Okay.
And so moved here, met a really great group of girls that I started playing basketball with. And so I don't think I would be here now if it weren't for basketball, just because I was ready to stay in Highland and did not want to move. But then found a really great group of girls. And so started playing basketball with them, and we did really well at Mar Hill or at the Mount. They had losing seasons for a while, but then we started having winning seasons, which almost made it to state, almost. But that experience then I think is what caught Chad's eye
Sure.
and
Yeah.
then brought me here to BC.
That's-
But yeah, so my husband and I, we met junior year of high school and we both went to BC.
Did he think he was going to come here, or
I think so.
Here
He
'cause-
came here to so he came here originally on a football scholarship.
Oh, okay.
It was a different experience than he was expecting. So
Yeah.
he ended up continuing on through Benedictine without playing football. So I think he only played his freshman year and then ended up double majoring and double minoring
Holy
because he had the time.
Yeah.
And so he double majored, double minored, and then I think he possibly could have and maybe would have transferred if it weren't for me, but he was my number one fan. So he traveled to a lot of the games. And so we got obviously really close.
Yeah.
We were here at BC.
Yeah.
Calling all Benedictine football alumni. If you ever wore the pads for Benedictine, August 30th is for you. Help us kick off the season and join your fellow Ravens as we honor the legacy, the brotherhood, and the tradition of Benedictine college football. It's Alumni Day, August 30th, Wilcox Stadium, 1 p.m. versus Morningside. We look forward to seeing you there.
Did you guys live on, since you're from Atchison, did you live on campus, or did you guys live?
So he lived off campus.
Okay.
So he lived on campus freshman year
Okay.
and then moved back home, which is just down the street. So he was able to save some money by living at home. But I lived on campus all 4 years
Yeah.
and lived with basketball girls.
And don't you feel like that speaks volumes? Just, I mean, you could have.
Absolutely.
It's just such a different
I will say that
environment.
it was part of the scholarship to live on
Oh,
campus.
was it? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it was really important for those on the Community Foundation board
Mm-hmm.
and for Benedictine that their students be on campus. It really, and so I sat on that board, the Atchison Community Foundation or Atchison Community Education Foundation. I sat on that board for a long time. And as we were sending students up to BC every single year, the ones who were most successful were the ones who lived on campus.
Yeah.
And being engrossed in the atmosphere, I really think made a huge difference. The campus life, it is really I think it's an important experience to have. And for me, I just lived across town, so it was nice. I went home on Sundays and mom would make me dinner and I could do my laundry.
The best of both worlds.
When I was I was at Justin's house all the time,
Right.
so
Right.
I really did have the best of both worlds, but it was I think it was important and it was almost necessary, like playing a sport, being
Yeah,
on campus, because you have weights at 6:30 in the morning, and then you sometimes have practice that lasts till 8 o'clock at night. And so it was important to live on campus, and I'm glad that I had that experience. And watching other students struggle when I lived completely off campus and not engrossed was something that I saw while sitting on that board.
Yeah, it's fascinating how it's a small town relatively, and you might live off campus and you're a couple blocks away, but yet there is that difference.
There is a
Just that
difference.
community. And so when you hear the drumbeat of community, faith, and scholarship, like, it is true, and it is intertwined in so many facets of generations of Benedictine and what we're all doing. So okay, back to you. So you're at Cleveland Chiropractic. Justin's at
KU.
You guys are married.
Yeah.
Okay, then where does life go?
So Justin graduated after 2 years, and so he worked for the city of Mission for a little while.
Okay.
So we stayed in Kansas City until I finished up. So my degree was a 4-year degree. I decided to do a fast track, so I wanted to be done. I wanted to be done. It's funny, I thought I was going to start my family in chiropractic school, and I was like, oh yeah, this will work out. But then I got into chiropractic school and was like, no way. No way will I be having a child while I'm taking 30 credit hours. And so no way. Once I finished up with chiropractic school, based on the scholarship that I received, I needed to come back to Atchison.
Right.
And so that was tough for me.
Okay.
I really I thought I wanted. And at the time I did. I wanted to get away. Like I
Sure.
wanted to go to Chicago or New York or I wanted to go to a larger city. I wanted to have that experience. No kids, like, let's go.
Sure.
But Justin really wanted to stay here. I needed to stay here.
Yeah.
Based on my scholarship. If I didn't stay in Atchison, the requirement was I needed to pay it back.
Holy smokes.
Yeah. And so then I would have loans.
Right.
And so it was a hard decision to make, but ultimately ended up coming back here. So I opened my practice 3 months after I graduated. So I graduated from chiropractic school in December 2019, and then opened my practice. 2012. I graduated in December 2012, and then opened my practice in March of 2013.
Okay.
So it was just 3 months later.
That's impressive that you had hesitations on moving back to Atchison, and then you're like, caution to the wind, let's just open
Let's just do it. The beauty of Atchison, and just really any small town, and coming home, my overhead was so low.
Yeah, sure.
And I only had chiropractic school loans. And so it was like, if I fail at this, at least I'm failing gently.
Yeah.
And so if I'm opening up this practice, I had just such amazing community support from Atchison, from those at Benedictine. Like I had such, and Mar Hill Mat Academy. So I had a really great community here, and it was hard to say no.
Sure.
And honestly just started falling back in love with Atchison.
Yeah.
And so Justin, he knew all along. He's always had a love for Atchison, always has. And my practice is really what completely changed my perspective.
Sure.
The people I met, the people I've helped, the people who helped me.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when it was like, okay, like I can settle here.
So 11 years you've been, had your own
I've had my practice for over 11 years. And just recently did a full-on remodel. And
It's beautiful, by the way.
Thank you. And I love it. We have 8 different service providers with a focus on women's health. So
It's beautiful.
I am the chiropractor there. We have 2 mental health therapists. We have 2 massage therapists. We have a lactation consultant and doula. We have a physical therapist who specializes in pelvic floor therapy.
Okay.
We have a naturopathic doctor. I think I got everybody. And then we have 2 support staff.
Talk about the natural, in case people don't know what that means.
So a naturopathic doctor is going to be a doctor who specializes in holistic medicine. So they are not going to be prescribing synthetic medications or pharmaceuticals. They are going to be using herbs, supplements, and lifestyle to treat symptoms, and rather to treat cause.
Sure.
So our naturopath, Dr. Alicia Johnson out of Kansas City, she comes up, she's with us every other Monday. She does a 90-minute workup with them, blood work, and she really gets to the root of issues. And she is a perfect fit for us because she can treat people again without having to use the pharmaceuticals. And we have a really great relationship with Amberwell and the medical staff there.
That's awesome.
So we do a lot of co-treating, and everybody's been incredibly supportive. I think in medicine, a lot of times we can get blinders on. And what I'm really proud of, my staff, or not my staff, because everybody works for themselves, but the service providers in my office and those at Amberwell for the majority, like, everyone's really open-minded. And I think that's been part of what has made my practice successful, is that I've stayed open-minded as well.
Right.
And I think that, and then that was reciprocated
Right.
through those at Amberwell. And so we have a really, really great relationship with them, which just, it's much better for the patient. And that's really what we're after, is just a higher standard of healthcare.
Yeah, absolutely. And sometimes if you can't, medical attention isn't necessary in some situations, right? But if you can help the body do what it's supposed to do, if it's having a deficiency somewhere, I mean, that's what I think is beautiful about what you're doing, because you're looking at it from the holistic perspective and the person as a whole.
Right.
And how can we help your body do what it was made to do?
Right. And that's really what we preach. to our clients. I mean, the power that made the body heals the body. I think there's so
Exactly.
much
Oh my
beauty in
gosh,
that,
I love that.
right?
There's so much truth.
Yes.
And I think that's in some respects, maybe not complete apples to apples, but if you really drill down into it, I think that's really what Benedictine is too.
Yeah.
We're really
Heal.
trying to figure out and help the students. I know I experienced it. Sounds like you did too. When you're here, figure out who you are and who you were created to be.
Yeah.
And then go be that.
And go be that.
Whether it's in Atchison, whether it's in Chicago, New York, wherever,
Right.
go do that.
Yeah.
So how have you found in your practice here or just in your life, like just maybe how Benedictine you've seen it intertwined? And it might be a little hard because you're in the community, but
Oh,
as
it's
you've
been constant.
grown up.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Benedictine has been a constant in my life since I started high school
Yeah.
because of going to the Mount St. Scholastica and then Marham Mount Academy. BC was always, it was always a part of the curriculum, or we came here because we came here for classes or going on college tours or, yeah, it was in town. And so like sometimes we would have mass up here. And so since I was in high school, I've always had a connection to BC. And what has really been so important to me is like really through my practice. So I've got several service providers who are, I call them transplants because they are not born and raised in Atchison,
Yeah.
but they came here for Benedictine.
Yeah.
So they were either past students and stayed.
Mm-hmm.
They were past students, went away and came back. Or they got jobs here, or a spouse got a job here and they stayed.
Right.
And so I just, a lot of our clientele are from Benedictine
Mm-hmm.
or families who moved here because their kids went to school here or they went to school here. And so we just had, again, like the service providers. One of my closest friends is Grace Mulcahy.
Sure.
And she's a mental health therapist. Yeah, she was the mental health therapist up here at Benedictine for a long time. And then she went out on her own and started a private practice. And she was our first mental health therapist in the office. She has become such a good friend of mine. And so she came here originally. Her husband was actually, he was the RA for my husband's dorm.
Oh, that's fun.
Freshman year.
Oh my gosh.
And so I didn't know who they were, but she knew who Justin Pregont and Ted Henry were. So they roomed together. So Linda Henry's son, we're good friends with Ted. And so so Sean was their RA. And so Grace and Sean, of course, so they moved away and then came back. And here they are.
That's amazing.
And she's in my practice. They've become good friends. Beth West is our lactation consultant.
Yeah.
So she went to Benedictine.
Have you found like with whether it's, they went to Benedictine or whatever tie they have, or, if it's their daughter or their, and they never went here or whatever it is, like a common denominator you see just thread through all of these people when they're your patient or you run into them, or just something that you're like, yeah, you're connected to Benedictine. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, there's definitely a recognition.
yeah.
And I really think everybody just talks about the sense of community.
Yeah.
And when they were on campus, just how beautiful it was, how it made them feel. It's gone through a lot of changes since I was here.
Right.
It's even more beautiful now. But yeah, everyone here seems to be really grounded.
Yeah.
And understands the importance of community.
Yeah. And the cool thing that I've been thinking about here lately is like architecturally, it's far better. It's really amazing to see. And that's grown and that's very different. But what's not different is the heart of a Raven, and that, you and I just met not that long ago, and I feel like I've known you forever, so it's
Immediate connection.
right. And that's really the heart of what a Raven is and who a Raven is, and all Ravens, no matter when you graduated or you're adopted Raven or whatever, Raven by, not by choice or
Right.
by marriage, whatever it is. Okay, so my last question, this has been great. And it might be hard to like pick one, but what is your real world Raven moment? Maybe an epiphany of sorts that instantly you thought, oh my gosh, that's because of BC, or like how you handle the situation, or you were at the grocery store and something happened, you were in chiropractic school, whatever, or whatever it is, like, is there one moment you can think of and you're like, it just automatically took you back to BC?
Oof. I would say for me, it's a multitude of things, but the biggest thing, mostly because of recency bias, would be the grand opening of my clinic.
Sure.
So, would not, maybe it would have, but I just don't think it would have happened in the same way had it not been for the scholarship that I got, that Atchison Community Education Foundation scholarship, which was the partnership between Benedictine College and the Atchison community, for them to take a chance on me and to continue to take chances on students, in order to give them an excellent education. Yeah, I just, things would have happened so differently without that scholarship.
It was like
I
a
don't-
full circle moment.
It really was.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. And, just looking back at, when I didn't want to come back to Atchison, or when I almost quit basketball one year, and I almost, yeah, like I didn't want to come back to Atchison. There was a time where I didn't think I wanted to settle here. There was a time where I was kind of in a fork in the road. Do I grow my practice? Do I just stay? And all of it really came down to I felt so supported through the Atchison community, through the Benedictine community, and just the relationships that we've built here. And it just all goes back. It all got, that catalyst was when Chad Folsom and the Atchison community took a chance on me and gave me that scholarship.
And it's really, I think there's no other word besides beautiful that then you gave back and were on the board
Oh yeah.
to then do that.
Yeah. Paying it forward.
Yeah,
For sure.
for future generations. And those students that probably feel the same way you do, whether they stayed in Atchison or not, is kind of irrelevant. It's more of they felt that love as well. And you were able to just, that's pretty awesome.
Yeah, it was, I was on that board for almost 10 years. So I got to see a lot of successes.
Sure.
Saw a lot of hard times as well.
Yeah.
But one of our current students is Xavier Hernandez. He's here. He plays a football player, and so he's been doing really, really well.
That's awesome.
I haven't been on the board since then, so I don't know who else is here. And they've changed the scholarship just a little bit to where they've opened it up to other colleges. It used to be just Benedictine.
Sure.
They've opened it up to other colleges, and so I'm not exactly sure who all's received it since then. But it's just, yeah.
Either way, it's really
Either
a
way.
testament to paying it forward.
That's right.
And to the heart of really what things like that, the power
Yeah.
of a gift,
Yes.
and the power of really just authenticity.
That's right.
From
community.
yeah, from what
Yeah.
you experienced at Morehill to Benedictine to back in here, and then what you're doing for the community itself too. Melinda, this was awesome. I'm so thankful for you. I'm thankful that you're in Atchison and doing what you do, because it's so needed and it's super powerful for this community. So I thank you.
Absolutely. Thanks so much, Janelle.
Hey, thanks for joining us on Always a Raven. New episodes will drop every Tuesday, and you're not going to want to miss any of them because we've got some pretty amazing guests coming up. They are reigniting the hearts of Ravens throughout all generations across all industries, and they are incredible. Be sure to like and follow us on your favorite podcast platform so you don't miss any episodes. And if you're a new Raven or a potential Raven, be sure to check out our website at benedictine.edu. And remember, once a Raven, always a Raven.